Alright, 14.3. There's so many things I have to say about how to prep yourself for this and if it's smart training or not. The biggest thing is that we have to make sure that we warm up the posterior chain like to no end. I know there's a lot of mobility going out there, but if you're not prepping that posterior chain, meaning everything from the back, then you're not going to be prepped well for it. So here's what it is. You want to get hot immediately. You want to go for a 1K row. The reason why I like the 1K row is it's going to start engaging this upper body pulling while having this midline stability, along with the leg drive and getting you warm. After that, you go into movement prep. This movement prep is going to be hand walk, world's greatest stretch, scorpion, hip crossover, whatever you really like. But the big thing is that we're looking at opening up the hamstring and the hips, and then also the lower back. That's just like the name of the game for this kind of workout. The additional thing that you could do there, I also like to add in leg swings, just to make sure that you can start to really feel just an opening from there. Have a bit of a tight midline as you go forward and back, and then also side to side. I'm throwing in a dot drill. The dot drill in there is going to be good to start opening up for being able to jump. No, some people like it, some people don't. But it's necessary, otherwise you don't want to have that burnout in the middle of the workout. Air squats, typical body weight movement, but now we're going to get into actually activating this posterior chain. I'm going to do back extensions and light kettlebell swings, and they're going to be rush in. Okay, it's just opening and closing of the hip. Start to differentiate the midline tension with being able to hinge at the waist. That's the most important thing. And that's why after we do these things, we're going to go into a weighted hinge. The way we do our weighted hinge is you're going to grab a barbell. I'm going to stand with a good set shoulder position and good posture. I'm going to have a soft knee, a slight unlock of the knee, and I'm going to hinge down to just the top of the knee and make sure the back stays straight. Now here's one thing I was talking about with a lot of people that have had low back pain. If you've had it, probably not the best workout for you if you still are going to do it, because most of you are going to do it anyway. But what I advise is that you do a touch and go rep, absorbing with the knees. So what that looks like is I'm going to be standing, I come down, I control the weight down, and as I get to the knee, I'm going to bend the knees, but I'm going to stick my butt out as I do it. I'm not going to unload and bring everything out to the front. I'm going to come down, touch and go, and absorb the barbell off the floor at the knees, keeping the tension in the hamstring. So I'm going to go touch and go from there, open the hip, let the bar slide down the thigh, you control it, touch and go off of there, and that's what every rep should really look like. So when we get into actual prep for both of the movements, you're going to build up to a moderate to heavy triple with your deadlift. After each deadlift, no big deal, you're just going to go into a box jump or a step up for 5 reps, just seeing how you feel. I advise everybody to start with box jumps in the first couple of rounds, and then as the deadlifts get pretty taxing, to go into step ups. Again, we're saving that posterior chain. After you build up in 4 to 6 sets relatively quickly, that's when you're going to go your little back and forth mini Metcon, where you go 5 deadlift, 5 box jump, or 5 deadlift and 5 step ups, walk, rest in between, and then it's game time. Those are probably some of the best things. The other thing is, if you feel that you're really not in a really good position, you should obviously stop. And if you see somebody and you're coaching them through it, you should tap them on the shoulder and say, you're not looking good, you're going to destroy yourself for the rest of the week. That's it. Good luck with 14.3.